Welcome to the Bird Gang Nation Sports Media Show, repping the greatest team of all time. Let's go! Bird Gang 31, he be the host with the most. We going deep, burning teams. They ain't nothing but toast. It's in your rest there. Sirianni put me in coach, running like Miles Sanders till I bump my head on the post. Touchdown! Yeah, that's coming. Devontae's crazy route running. Jalen hurting them, throwing lasers. The Rager young gunning. Come on! On the D side, we ride, sack him with Fletcher, lay him out on the stretcher. No one can protect you. Watch Darius sling him, shutting down your routes. Come on! In my green John, eating Philly cheesesteaks. Put up your cups, wings up, if you can relate. Tailgating at the link like Gangsta Stride. To the Bird Gang Nation, that's worldwide. On Sundays, catch the pre and post game. Mondays is Birds on Broad Street with Philly Notion and Cool Cat, the man in motion. And Wednesdays, the midweek special got you open with JC from Eagles Talk, hitting like B-Dog, baby.
Welcome to another episode of Bird Gang Nation Sports Talk. I'm your host, Bird Gang 31. Today, Nation, we have a very special guest in the house today. We got Phil Jones from the Unfiltered Truth coming in to let us know how he feels about the upcoming matchup with the Raiders. How you doing today, Phil?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good.
How's your day been so far?
It's been crazy, man. I just got done with USA Eagles rugby team. They're gonna get ready to have the 1874 Cup over at FedEx Field on Saturday against the New Zealand All Black team, arguably one of the best teams in rugby in the world. So, you know, this is gonna be an interesting one. If some of you guys are interested, check it out. You know, it's gonna be intense.
Nice.
But overall, day's been a good day.
Nice. Dual sporting it. Okay. I like it. So how you like the Raiders so far this year? Tell me give me your asset of the team over the last 6 games.
So starting off, you know, I was out there week 1, you know, it was electrifying, you know, guys came out defensively, something that we haven't seen in a long time. I mean, like, if you look at anything revolving around the Raiders when it comes down to defense, everybody's like, oh my God, our defense is terrible. Oh, this, that, blah, blah, blah. They came out on fire. They shut down Lamar Jackson, had him fumbling the ball. They sacked him multiple times. This was something that was good. And then we just been seeing nothing but consistency from this defense. Mm-hmm. Now, the offense, you know, first couple of games, they weren't scoring in the first quarter or opening drives, but when it came down to them being that, you know, second half team come back or to close out games, that was them. They had 2 hiccups. They had the Chargers game, and then they had the game where, you know, the whole email saga broke out with John Gruden, and it kind of just changed the vibe around the team and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And, you know, Gruden is gone. You know, he resigned. You know, Rich Bisaccia and Greg Olson and Gus Bradley, Derek Carr, they gotten this team together, and everybody's rallied together. They came out against Denver, and they took care of business. And if they can really continue that, you know, being aggressive on offense and still carrying that strong defensive tempo, the Raiders are going to be the real deal for the remainder of the season.
Nice. So how do you feel about the whole Gruden thing? Are you for it, against it? Do you think your team gotten better or worse from it?
I put it like this. Be careful what you do. A lot of folks always say in the media world, if you're going into something, make sure you delete your emails. Because you see, with any sport or anything, with a celebrity or maybe someone, a political figure, they always say delete your stuff before, you get into something big where everybody's seeing you face to face. Because they can pull the receipts up. So, I don't condone what John Gruden did because it was disgusting. It really left a disgusting vibe around me. It was just sad to hear that. It was just like to say something so prejudiced, just being just downright ignorant. But the other thing is, with Bruce Allen, I feel like some of them in Washington, they need to get theirs too. But I'm going to say one thing. This Raider team, after looking at it Sunday, they look better without Gruden.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's what I had another Raiders fan on. They were saying that they think the team's got a little bit better without them. Maybe it's the play calling. I don't know what it is, but they've seen it really pick up their game after this Sunday.
Yeah, it was more offensively. This team really picked it up to where, okay, you were able to score on the opening drive. I'm seeing more big plays being thrown downfield from Derek Carr. This is something that we hadn't been seeing in a while. For God's sake, we saw something I hadn't seen in a long time, the screen game, and the O-line was bullying people. Everybody was talking about the O-line being by far the worst in the NFL. They came out looking like their normal self, how you've seen them for the past couple of years. When you had Rodney Hudson, Gabe Jackson, we had Trent Brown for that limited time. Man, there's possibility that Richie Incognito might be coming back. I don't know. I doubt it's going to be this week, but after the bye. So when you look at this team, it's really being consistent and getting away from the conservative mindset, play calling.
Yeah, they said you think it's just more he's old school football, you know what I'm saying? And now you guys got someone in there willing to open up the playbook, do more modern plays as opposed to Gruden's old school. He won a Super Bowl back in the day, and maybe it was just a change they needed in that locker room, to get more modern with the play calling.
Well, the thing of it is, the plays are there. The plays are like the design of it is there. It's just selecting which ones to call at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, it is play calling, But I had some folks saying like, is Greg Olsen going with like something different, or like no, they're going with that same playbook.
Mm-hmm.
But they're just like, look, let's just kind of get away from the stuff that was hurting us and go the plays that can help us.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys have anybody big on the injury report coming into this next game?
I should probably. Well, Raiders usually get their injury report about Wednesday. You get a better idea of what's going to happen with who's going to be limited,
got
who's
one.
going to be out.
He said the Raiders are Roderick Teamer, Nick. I'm not even going to say his name.
Jonathan Nick Kiwakowski, and Jonathan Hankins.
Yeah.
So Hankins been out. He was out last week's game. And if he comes back, that's going to be big inside, even though the Raiders' D-line interior has been solid. I do like Roderick Teamer being out there. Teamer's been able to get in that starting lineup and just get into some sub packages as well. And then when you also look at Nick Kiwakowski, I like him more of your leader on special teams and he is a guy that will fill in that role at linebacker when it comes to like certain down plays. Or you got to give Denzel Perryman a rest.
Right. Have you watched the Eagles at all? Any of these first 6 games?
I have. So
Give me your take on the Birds.
I put it like this. Is this how you say his name? Sirianni?
Mm-hmm. Sirianni.
Sirianni, there's some things where I'm just like, dude, what are you thinking? But when you look at this team as a whole, do not underestimate them. And I told folks last night, do not underestimate this Eagles team. They're a team that likes to play from behind, kind of like how the Raiders were.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at the last 2 games. I looked at how you guys came from behind against, the Panthers and came back and won that game. Even the 49ers game, that was still close. You came back playing from behind, and you had the opportunity of winning that. Same with the Buccaneers game. Buccaneers thought they had it nicked in the bag, but no.
Yeah.
We're over here looking at like, hold up, we got a football game that could come down to the wire, and they might possibly tie it up, or hey, pull the biggest upset of the week.
Right. Well, I was hoping for that.
And that's why I said, look, Jalen Hurts, he has all the intangibles that you're looking for in a quarterback, especially with this offense. You have him with Miles Sanders. Now, Miles Sanders did get stopped in the dirt, not being able to get the running game to be effective.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing for sure I'm worried about, they're going to try to use Sanders in the screen game against us on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you got young wide receivers. They got the speed, and they're willing to go up and fight for the ball. Now you got Dallas Go Dirt.
Got it. Yep.
It's his job. This is his job now. Zach Ertz, he's with the Cardinals. So Go Dirt said, hey, can you come up and fill his shoes? That's the whole thing.
Right.
It's just more consistency from him.
Yeah, and I think without the sharing of reps, that should help him out a lot. You know what I'm saying? Help him feel like have someone on his back. You know what I'm saying? He can actually go out there and be released, know that it's his job right now, and he should be able to perform a lot better from that. And then we also got, I know, coming up in the next week or two, we're going to have another tight end, that Tyree Jackson, that lit it up in training camp and preseason. Well, he didn't play any preseason games. He had broke his back, a little bone in his back, so he should be coming back after next week too. So our tight ends should still look pretty good, in the future coming up here. Let's talk about some of the matchups here. How do you feel about? Let's start with the trenches. Our offensive line, we did get Lane Johnson back this week. Yes, I'm so happy. So that means we get to move Mailata back over to that left tackle spot, and then going against your defensive line. How do you see that matchup working out?
Lane Johnson, that's coming off the shelf and then having to go against the Condor, Mad Max. I'm going to say this. He's going to have his hands full. Like, no joke. Max Crosby has came out and shown the league why, technically speaking, his rookie year, he should have been Defensive Player of the Year over, I think, Nick Bosa? Mm-hmm. No, it wasn't Nick Bosa. It was Josh Allen.
Yeah.
It was Josh Allen, Nick Bosa, I think. It was one of the two.
Wasn't Bosa the Defensive Rookie of the Year?
Decent Defensive Rookie of the Year, yeah. It should have been Max Crosby. He came out there aggressive. He's been showing everybody, look, I'm the underdog here. I was a 4th rounder, everybody else a 1st rounder, and I'm hanging up with the big boys. And then you can see what he did yesterday against, not yesterday, but Sunday against Denver. And this man, when I counted it, he had 4 sacks, but they went on and initially gave him 3.5.
Dang.
Yes.
Crosby doing
so he's no joke. And then you got to worry about the interior. So I say dude's name that we brought up from the practice squad. He was causing havoc. Quentin Jefferson was causing havoc. But the one guy that has really caught my eye on our defensive line, and if you want to talk about matchups with the line and the D line, Solomon Thomas. You know, everybody looked at him coming out, Stanford being a defensive end for the Niners, and wasn't the guy. Then they moved him inside. Then you started seeing a little bit more from him. And then when you started seeing a little bit more from him, he was creating a lot of pressure. He was having like the interior part collapse, especially within the run defense. And that's what you've been seeing right now for the Raiders. He's just coming in, just helping close the pocket up, force Teddy Bridgewater to fumble the ball. So when you see that from this defense line, I haven't even got to Yannick Ngakoue. There's so many guys that are right there for that rotation that can cause havoc against any O-line in the NFL. And so far, you've seen it.
Yeah, man. Some of those guys does sound a little nice, but, we just did come back from Tampa Bay, my guy. Where they got Sue, JPP, and all the rest of them boys on that defensive line, too. Barrett, Shaq Barrett, all these Pro Bowl caliber players. So I'm pretty sure if we can hold up against those guys, the Raiders line shouldn't be more threatening.
See, I know I looked at, and don't get me wrong, I respect Tampa Bay, but they've been having some ups and downs on their defense lately. Can I go back and I looked at that daggone New England game?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, y'all still keeping Mac Jones in this game. What's going on here? Hey, and then I go back to the Cowboys game. So you're looking at that, but I'm telling you this: people are really y'all gotta really worry about this D line here, man. I'm telling you.
So let's go to the next level. The flip side of that, our defensive line, we do got, Hargraves, who's playing lights out this year, one of the best linemen in the league. Fletcher Cox woke up last week, and then we got Sweat and Barnett on them ends out there. How do you think our defensive line is going to hold up against you guys' offensive line?
So if the Raiders continue to stay away from this zone blocking scheme, kind of turn into like the hybrid aspect of it, and then go back into power, like basically man blocking, Raiders shouldn't have a problem. I feel that when you look at your D-line, it's going to be some matchups that some of you guys could probably win. I know if it's coming to like one-on-one against Alex Leatherwood, that could probably pose a problem where Leatherwood could get overwhelmed. Or, Brandon Park on the right side, he has his ups and downs. So it could go either way, or it could be a way where your D-line takes advantage for a few series, and then it could go the opposite way.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't underestimate your D-line. Your D-line has been someone where they've been somewhat like, oh God, they're in the mode today. They're gonna end up causing a little bit of chaos.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good matchup there for sure. Yeah. I really think that as long as our interior part of that line can continue to do what they've been doing, we get some more production from our ends, that would be great. I want to see some more sacks from Sweat. And Barnett need to get on the board because I think he might be the only one not on the board yet with the sacks. I know he had a lot of pressures in that Tampa Bay game. He kept getting close, but he didn't get it down. So I want to see him play a little bit better this week and hopefully get on that board and get a sack. Let's go with some.
So real quick, I see this question at the bottom. Your offense is going to need to score. Raiders have a top 10 worst defense in the NFL. And they're going to come at it basically because of the offensive, the defense has been able to score. Well, excuse me, other opponents been able to score on us in the red zone, and that a lot of it came from your games where you had the 5 games that you had John Gruden, where you're not scoring in that first half, and it's so many times where, okay, the Raiders offense is going 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. You put so much on your defense where they can't get their job done. So any defense, I say in general, it's complementary football for your offense, your defense. Your offense go out there and they score, your defense is going to thrive off of it. Or it should be vice versa at times. But if your offense is not doing their part, doing their half, it's going to come down to a point where the opponent's going to end up scoring on them because they're worn out, they're drained.
Yeah, and that's what's been going on with our defense on our side. Our offense keep going 3 and out. We're passing the ball too much. We need to have more design run plays in our offense, and that would also help. Time of possession. That'll help our offensive line get going. All offensive line want to run block instead of pass block. It'll help keep our defense off the field so they are fresher in that third and fourth quarter. If you look at most of those games, like you're saying, we were right there in there. You know what I'm saying? We could have won. We could be a different record right now. I know coulda, woulda, shoulda. But we could be up there right now, at least 4-2, 5-1-ish, but turnovers and penalties really been hurting we're hurting our team here. So I think it's gonna be a really good matchup there, definitely in the trenches. What about your cornerback, your secondary? How are they playing so far? And how do you like the matchup between Quez, Smith, Rager versus your 3 corners?
So we got arguably one of the top corners in the NFL with Casey Hayward. I don't know if we're gonna have Trayvon Mullen back this week, but you also had, what do you call it? I say his name, Brandon Faison.
Faison, yeah.
Faison from out of Virginia Tech. He was with the Chargers, mainly it's him staying healthy, but he came out against Denver and he was solid. He came out there showing like, give me this job, I want it, and he took care of business. And then you also look at Nate Hobbs from out of Illinois. Nate Hobbs is an aggressive slot corner. He's been bullying guys, especially when it comes to open field tackles. He's there. If you think you're going to run that bubble screen, all of a sudden, Nate Hobbs pop out of nowhere and he blows it up. So this matchup is going to be interesting. You're going to see, it could come down to whether you're seeing like zone. You can see some cover 3, some cover 2. They're going to mix it up. And like I said, with John Gruden not being there as a coach, guys are able to game plan freely. So you don't have someone like overlooking what Gus Bradley wants to run. You don't have guys having to, offensively. Now you got Greg Olsen meaning to do what he needs to do. So right then and there, that's why I noticed the difference out of Gus Bradley. This defense was able to force 3 turnovers, have about 5 or 6 sacks, and then 1 fumble recovery. So I'm gonna just say this: I believe this secondary can probably win the matchup against Philly's receivers.
Okay. Hey, shout out to the 15 in the chat. Please hit that like and subscribe to both of our channels. Phil's The Unfiltered Truth. All links are inside of here, inside of the chat and inside of the description. So we got a question for you. It says, 3 Raider rookies that impressed you the most.
3 rookies that impressed me the most. Well, one, I'm gonna go with Trayvon Morig off the back end playing free safety. He's been quiet this year, but he's been playing smart football. He ended up pulling off his first career interception. We look at Alex Leatherwood. He's had his struggle at right tackle, but after looking at him making the switch to right guard,
Mm-hmm.
Josh Jacobs had a field day. He was able to run right up the middle. Even Kenyon Drake. Everybody was saying Kenyon Drake would look like they shouldn't have paid him that amount of money. Ran right behind them, and he took care of business. I'm trying to think who's my last rookie I can look at. And yeah, definitely. I mean, out of the three, the best one I say is Nate Hobbs. He's been a shutdown corner in the slot.
Yeah, those are good ones right there. Yeah, like I said, I remember Hobbs. We could have used him on our team for cornerback, but we see how that goes. He said Eagles have to keep Derek Carr on the bench. Almost similar game plan to KC. Don't let Carr get into the groove. Yeah, Derek Carr's no slouch. You know what I'm saying? Once he's on fire, he's on fire. He'll start hitting them. And you guys got them boys like Rugg. How do you think your receivers going to do against our cornerbacks? Our cornerbacks, our secondary actually have been playing a lot better this year than we have former years. You know what I'm saying? We're keeping the scores down. We've been shut out a lot of really good tight ends and some good receivers out there, keeping them, in low gaining games over there in terms of yardage. So how do you see Big Play Slay, Nelson, and Maddox going against your receivers over there?
I don't think anybody got the speed to stay up on Ruggs. I've seen Ruggs. He did some nasty stuff last weekend. And I'm just going to say this. Be scared of Ruggs. And that's not even the worst part. You still got to deal with Hunter Renfrow.
Yeah.
Hunter Renfrow, if I recall, if you heard the talk, Hunter Renfrow was the one out here saying that I'm putting the moves on Jalen Ramsey. Hey, we all heard the talk during training game. He was putting the moves on Jalen Ramsey. Nobody could deny it. They were confirming it. So if he's doing that to him, what makes you think he ain't doing it to everybody else in the league? And so far, we've seen it. He did it to Xavier Howard, too. So be prepared. And then you also still got to worry about Edwards. He's a physical receiver. Once he gets his hands on the ball, he'll try to muscle you, try to drag you. And then you also got to worry about the one and only Darren Waller. Arguably one of the best tight ends in the NFL. So yeah. The Eagles secondary, and I'm even going to say if some of the linebackers try to go at him, good luck, but they have their hands full.
Yeah, I think, what I'm saying, like you said, we're probably going to have to get a smaller guy. We're going to have to probably bracket him, Ruggs over there, kind of do what we did with Tyreek Hill. I know everybody like Tyreek went off at the end of the game because he did. But, we were playing a lot better, different defense at that time. So I think, we just bracket him up and then maybe see what we can do, man up on everybody else. Because, like you said, Renfrow's pretty good. But I think if we had Slay on him, Slay will be able to, Slay been playing a lot better these last 3 games, for sure.
Yeah.
This year, I don't know if it was the birth of his new child or whatever, but it's brought in the extra energy to him where he's been making some big plays out there. So I would like to see Slay since he's a little bit older, go against Hunter Renfrow and let Nelson Island cover Ruggs with some help over the top, obviously, because you can't stop that speed.
So,
yeah.
You had a couple teams try to run that. Matter of fact, you actually had Denver try to run that last week, and they got exposed. So I'd be real careful on how you try to run the brackets.
See, the receiving game's not
combo coverage.
The receiver part is not what scares me the most. What scares me is getting Jacob started. You know what I'm saying? And King and Drake. That's where we really been getting thrashed at is that running game. You know what I'm saying? Dump off to the running backs and then just running in general. Like they do. Other teams been able to do what we haven't done all year long, and that's run the ball. And they run the ball well on our defense right now. Our linebackers, I feel like we need a bigger thumper linebacker that's gonna go in there and make somebody hurt. You know what I'm saying? To clog up that middle, and we don't got one right now. You know, these guys are catching people. 5 yards down the field, making the tackle. Leg tackle, shoelace tackles, and stuff like that. So I'm really worried about Jacobs or even Kenyon Drake getting started against us.
Yeah, because like I said, they got away from the zone blocking scheme and they were able to. I think they were able to generate over about 100 yards rushing.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at that, that's what I'm like, uh-oh. If Jacobs can get back, get rolling again, that's going to be the big key changer. And then now you got Drake able to like contribute how we planned for him to do that. But this offense, with not having John Gruden as the head coach, they can get so much done now where you got to be truly prepared on what you're going to face. Because one of the things that we notice, we tend to see the same plays being ran over and over again, and you get exposed. And because that was going on, the Raiders were starting to get figured out, and that's how teams started to try to hang on within the games. But Sunday was like an epiphany, showing that it's no more. They've gotten away from it.
Mm-hmm. You don't think that was just more of an emotional win for your team? They wanted to go out there and you know how you get that, your coach leaves and everybody gets riled up. We're gonna do this for us type game to the point where you can kind of see it come back down to normal. Or do you think that's the actual true Raiders?
I was thinking that beforehand, but it was too many things that I saw out there when I went back and looked at the film late last night. And this Raider team that came out like how they should have came out the beginning of this year. Shoot, we should have saw some of this last year with this offense.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the offense finally opened up. There were different plays. There were different formations where they were able to cause a mismatch. And when you had that for any defense, they're like, okay, so hold up. We didn't see this in the game plan, or we didn't see this in the film study. So where's this coming from?
Mm-hmm.
So they're saying like, well, I look at Greg Olsen. I looked at what Greg Olsen did when he was with the Rams. I think he elevated his game a little bit more with coaching and working with the quarterbacks. And I think another thing that's actually played a part with the performance with the offense, Derek Carr had two people to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
He had to hear John Gruden. Then he's also listening to Greg Olsen. You got two people in your ear. You're like, okay, who am I going to listen to? I mean, yes, I'm listening to Gruden, but then I'm listening to something that what Greg Olsen's saying, and that actually makes kind of sense. That makes some sense right there.
Mm-hmm.
So I really thinking about it, that can cause frustration for your quarterback.
Okay.
So,
yeah. My boy Grant Kazir says, give me 3 keys for the Raiders victory and 3 keys for the Eagles victory.
Raiders have to, like I said, they have to score every single quarter, every single opportunity they get out there. If they can keep this trend going where they're saying, look, we're up in our opponent's territory and we can at least get 3 out here. We can get 6 right here. Get 6 right here again. They can dominate within the game. They got to get the running game going. Josh Jacobs, we haven't seen him had a 100-yard game since. He can get a 100-yard game this weekend, and then you also have Kenyon Drake right behind him, maybe at least getting about 50 yards rushing. That's going to be big. And the third thing is the Raiders in the second, to try to close out a game, they can't stay conservative.
Mm-hmm.
When you have up to, basically, I'm not even going to go piece by piece by piece on it. I'm going to just say this. Don't be conservative. Stay aggressive the entire time. If you feel that you can run the scoreboard up, do it.
Right.
I hate to say it, but you got to do it because teams tend to kind of try to get back within reach, like by 10 points. And then they're thinking like, okay, we're going to run back and do this, and this. No. So run the ball, keep scoring each quarter. And really, I put this under clock management.
Clock management.
Score.
Yeah. For me, we definitely need to run the ball. We've been preaching this for every game for the last 6 games this year. Let Booby spin. Give him the ball. Let him do his thing that we know he can do. I think that would help out a lot of different areas on our offense, a lot of different areas of where on our defense, in terms of giving them a rest. Like you said, time possession will be better for us. You know what I'm saying? It'll help get these receivers open. You know what I'm saying? So that one thing I think has been a missing piece to our offense really catching this groove that they way that they need to do. Because we can't play action all these times without running the ball. It doesn't make no sense, and I'm hoping that he finally understands that. Number 2, I think we just need to get to Carr. Because like they always say, any good quarterback, you get to him early. You know what I'm saying? If Hargraves and Fletcher Cox to keep dominating that middle and put that pressure up the gut on Carr, that can help us out a lot. You know what I'm saying? You cut the snake off at the head. You don't have to worry about him biting nobody, And like you said, you got some good receivers out there. You got some good people to throw the ball to. So we need to make sure we're getting the Carr often and early. And number 3 is penalties, man. Penalties. We got to stop with the penalties. Like you seen last week, one of the biggest plays on that comeback that we were making. If we don't get that taunting penalty, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the game, we get the ball back again, and we possibly could win that game. You know what I'm saying? I can't say for sure we would have, but that was just one penalty away from us game, really getting back in the game and doing something big. We definitely need to stop with the penalties, run the ball, and get the Carr. Those will be my big 3.
No, absolutely.
Let's see here. I seen another question down here. Sorry about it. I always be backed up in these chats. I be thinking I'm right there on top of it, but I'd be like, well, I'm not that close. Let's see. He said 3 keys. He says the Birds keep Carr out the field, target Dallas. Yeah, Dallas got her. Yeah, that's one thing I wanted to ask you. Do you think it's going to be an advantage for us, considering the fact that you guys just played this Sunday, and we kind of had a mini bye in the 10 games, so we get a whole 10 days to prepare for you guys? How do you think that's going to play out in the game this week?
It's any given Sunday. Look, you get your normal schedule. Everybody gets back. They're healthy. That's all that matters. If guys were able to practice today, even if it was limited, that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
So whether you coming off the bye week, whether you just came off a game, you still got to be ready for anything.
Mm-hmm. Do you think if we run the ball, that could change the whole complex? Because you guys probably been watching us all year long. You've seen that we haven't ran the ball. Do you think your defense will be scheming for a more pass-heavy offense, to the point where if we actually do throw that run in, it might mix it up to the point where it might catch you guys a little off balance, and we might be able to spin?
I put it like, say that one more time.
Because everybody's getting the game tape from the Eagles, and they see that we do not run the ball at all, right?
Yeah.
So that's especially if you looked at the Tampa Bay game, they kind of knew it, right? So they put all the attention to the outside, you know what I'm saying? So those little bubble screens wasn't working. All those little 5-yard slants wasn't working, because they already were ready and prepared for that, because they seen it the last couple of games. They knew that we weren't running the ball. So all them play actions we did wasn't doing nothing to those linebackers, wasn't doing nothing to the safety. Yeah. They kept their contained and everything like that. Do you think if we actually do come in with a run-heavy offense this week, this can throw you guys off to the point where, Booby can really spin out there, and, we can get up on you guys a little bit?
I put it like this: from seeing him play at Penn State, if they can get that outside, that stretch blocking going, those stretch run for him, it could pose a problem for the Raiders. Yeah. But like I said, if they're prepared for what they got to face, if they're not letting up 5 yards and 6 yards a run, the Raiders got an advantage. But if they're letting that up, it's going to be a major problem.
Yep, Smitty and the Slim Reaper, baby. Yeah, those boys go. That boy's gonna be. I feel like he's gonna have another good game. We're gonna see though. Let's see. Slim Reaper. He said, "Who was more responsible for drafting, Mayock or Gruden?"
So, Gruden will get his final says on a few things, but really the guy that you brought in was more of Mike Mayock. Mike Mayock's been more responsible with some of your key drafts. So we look at Cleveland Farrell and you look at, the Alex Leatherwood pick. He's been one of your the main ones. Now, when you look at some of the later picks, you kind of look at John Gruden. So guys like Josh Jacobs or Jonathan Abrams or Hunter Renfrow, those were actually Gruden picks.
Nice. Let's do some self-scouting here. Now, if you were the Eagles, which three areas would you target the Raiders with the most? Offensively or defensively?
I say defensively in the run game. If I'm the Eagles offense, I'm trying to run. I'm gonna run the ball and try to mix it up and run the ball with Jalen Hurts. Run a little bit of the option. Then I say the other thing, if you can take I say this, if you can take Darren Waller out of the passing game, or take that blanket, take that little receiving blanket for Derek Carr out of the picture, or better yet, take his check down away.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it's going to pose a problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good there. He said, question is, what do you think the 2021 team's record's going to be at the end of the season?
If they were still going with Gruden and if they couldn't get things together, if they were like looking like a hot mess after these last two games they played, was the Chargers and Bears, I had them kind of looking at like 9-8. Now looking at them trying to turn it around, then you looking at the offense finally open things up and they're being aggressive. My pick for them has always been 11-6.
11-6, nice. And what do you got right now? 4-3, 4-2,
4-2.
Nice. Well, I was just looking to the future when I said 4-3, but we won't go there yet. We won't go there yet. You know what I'm saying? Because it's definitely a lot better than us. But like I told everybody knew that these first 6 games for us was going to be the hardest, and even most of the opponents that faced us now, I don't really feel like they've played the same level of competition to get to this point. Who else has went against, the Niners, the Cowboys, the freaking Tampa Bay Bucks, the Kansas City Chiefs, Carolina, where all of them are on the hot streaks when they faced them. You know what I'm saying? They all have winning records, and definitely most of them look like playoff teams right now. So,
yeah.
We finally got out of that chunk of our schedule, and now we're moving on to a better schedule. After you guys are playing good, but after you guys, we got like Detroit, the Jets, Giants twice, Washington twice. You know what I'm saying? Where the road gets a little easier, where we can probably get on the road and start picking up some of them W's. So I always had us at 12-4, or no, 12-5, but with the record that we have now, I'm going to go ahead and go back to what I said at the very beginning of the season and say that we can still win 11 games this year. You know what I'm saying? I bring them a possibility, go 11-6. So that means 2 more losses, here or there, somewhere in this next little stretch we got. And we'll see what happens. We'll see if the Birds can do that for me. Score predictions. Do you think this is going to be a shootout, high-scoring game, or do you think it's going to be more defense-centric and the score is going to stay pretty low? And then what do you think the score is going to be?
I think it could be a defensive control game. I mean, we're going to be home, but it can be a defensive control game at first, and then things can start to break off second, third, fourth quarter. But that first quarter is going to probably be a stalemate. It could be sitting at 7-7 or 7-3. It's going to be low scoring, but when something breaks off, I'm going to say overall this game, I got to go with my boys. I got to go with my Raiders. Raiders winning at 31-17.
31-17. He said he gonna put a little whooping on your boy. All right, I feel you. I can't complain. That was nice. We got Richard saying 27-10 Eagles. And I was even gonna say, like my score is 24-14 Eagles. You know what I'm saying? I think, we start out pretty close and then we kind of pull off towards the end there. Yeah, everybody in the chat, go ahead. We got 15 in here. Drop your score predictions for this game going into Sunday, and we'll read them off here and see what everybody thinks. How close does everybody think this game is going to be, and who they think is going to win this game? And while they're doing that, I like to have an all-time Eagles team for all the players. All the people that come on my show. It's not the all-time as in, they're the best in the record books. You know what I'm saying? This is your team based on what you've seen since you've been started watching the Raiders. I'm going to go ahead and give you positions, how many of them I need, and then we kind of just go from there. Bobby Murphy says 27-21 Eagles. Mrs. BIRDGANG 31-28 Eagles. We got 13-21 Raiders. How does that even work out? Eagles champ. He's supposed to be an Eagles fan. He said we're gonna lose 21-13. Get out of here, Eagles champ. I just playing. It's your opinion. You can like who you like. It's all good. So let's start it off here. Start out with your quarterback. Who's your favorite Raiders quarterback, and who would be backing them up?
Man, I gotta go with the snake, man. I gotta go with Ken Stabler.
Mm-hmm.
Backing him up, I'm gonna go Rich Gannon. Third stringer, I'm gonna go. I go Tom Flores.
We got a 41-33. Ooh, that's a shootout there, Eagles. That'd be a high scoring game. Really be exciting to watch if you got all them touchdowns going on. That's for sure. He said not Plunkett. Give me 3 running backs. 35.
Bo, Marcus Allen, and I'm trying to think. Should be my third guy.
Napoleon Kaufman. No.
Give me Charlie Gardner.
Charlie Gardner?
Yeah.
So who was the first one you said?
So I said Bo Jackson.
Oh, yeah, Bo Jackson, Marcus Allen, and Charlie Gardner. And Charlie Gardner played for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we can respect Charlie Gardner over here. Yeah. So that was a good one. Give me your 2 tight ends.
I'm going to go Christensen. And literally, right now, I'm putting Darren Waller on that list.
Right? He is one of the best you guys ever had.
No. Because then I'm going to get beat up. No, I take that back. I'm going to go Casper.
Over Waller?
Yeah.
Wow.
I got Casper and Christensen. Waller be my third tight end if we were going 3 tight ends. Yeah.
Wow. Waller's the best tight end I've ever seen in the Raiders uniform.
So, yeah.
He said, don't forget fullback. John Ritchie also played for both of us. Yes. And we got John. He wants to
John
play
Ritchie was nasty SOB when he played fullback. He was the real deal. Like, my man had that. He either have a nosebleed or like a head bleed, just blood just gushing right there. He's still playing, just running people over. I remember there was a game, his helmet like just flew off, and all you just see him was just still running downfield.
Yeah, with blood. Yeah, Ritchie was a beast out there. He's definitely our best fullback that we had. Him and Weaver was the best that we had. I remember when Weaver came over from Seattle. He played some fullback for us. He used to
Yeah,
block.
we was nice. Yeah, he was a nice fullback. Yeah,
More of a receiving fullback. It's more like one of them fullbacks you want to get the ball to more. But Richie was just a straight up freaking fullback. He made holes and everything for everybody. It was awesome out there.
Man, you gave him the ball, he'd be nasty too.
Yeah.
I mean, All-Star had a little bit more speed and a little bit wiggle than Richie, but Richie was just nasty.
Who would be 4 receivers on this team, my guy? Bo Jackson.
Cliff, I'm going Cliff Branch. I'm going
Branch.
Fred Belentnikoff. I'm going Tim Brown.
Nelson Aguilar.
Oh God! No. You know what? Give me Jerry Rice as well when he was on our team. Yeah,
Jerry Rice, but let's call Branch and who do you say else? Who did I miss?
Fred Belentnikoff.
Yeah, Belentnikoff.
Yeah.
Okay, who'll be on that starting offensive line?
Art Shell, Gene Upshaw, Jim Otto, Wisniewski. Who else am I missing? Damn, I'm missing somebody. I don't know why.
You got your center?
Yeah, that'll be Jim Otto.
Okay.
Who am I missing from that O-line? I'm missing one of my guards. Huh.
Tim Brown, Amari Cooper, Fred Belentnikoff. Yeah. Cooper.
I'm really missing one of my guards. Damn.
I forget Cooper started with the Raiders. Yeah.
Yeah, he did start with us, yes.
Bob Brown.
So I had Upshaw. I had
Mossbar. Don Mossbar. Upshaw, Steve Wisniewski.
Yeah, Gene Upshaw, Steve Wisniewski, Jim Otto. So you know what?
Yeah, Bob Brown. Did you say that one? Yeah.
You know what?
Oh yeah, Lincoln Kennedy was a beast.
Lincoln Kennedy. That's what I want to give.
Yeah.
No, so I was thinking wait, I wanted to go further back. I try to go a little bit further back before I get to my timeline. But yeah, definitely Lincoln Kennedy on the opposite side.
He said, "Holy Lord, Raiders said they'd take a lot of players from our team." Yeah, there's been a lot of Eagles that went to the Raiders over there. Yeah, we definitely shipped them off a lot of players. They actually played better over there than they played with us. So, who'll be on that starting defensive line?
Howie Long.
Boom. Can't miss him.
Alzado.
Who you say?
Lyle Alzado.
Alzado.
What else am I looking at on that? Damn it, I'm gonna throw I'm gonna give you Darryl Russell, Chester McLaughlin. Damn, give me Khalil Mack to throw in that mix as well.
As a lineman, you don't want to use him as a linebacker. Wasn't he a linebacker?
Man, when he was off that DM, man, that was nasty. Nasty.
That is nasty.
Now, always remember he stuck Fisher right in his chest and took his soul.
Took his soul, he said. Do you guys miss Khalil Mack over there in Oakland? I mean, in Las Vegas.
Yeah, we miss him. We miss him. But when you've been seeing what Max Crosby's been doing lately, it's like, okay, we can kind of move on.
Okay, give me 3 linebackers.
Give me Phil
That's a nice little
Phil
list.
Piano.
Mm-hmm.
Give me let me get want Ted. I want Ted Hendricks. Give me
Now,
I mean, yeah, you can take Bill Romanowski. God, that man, he was crazy, man.
he said, Grant Consider said Ted Hendricks, Greg Bear.
This man said Sam Sword. Oh man.
Grant Consider know everybody's team, man. He always got some good ones he throws out there for everybody's team. He be watching football.
Like, yeah, you can say Ted Hendricks definitely. He was a scary mofo. So you can have those guys out there. That's a shocker that he threw Greg Beaker out there. Yeah.
We'll give me 3 cornerbacks on that.
Willie Brown,
Mm-hmm.
Mike Hayes,
Mm-hmm.
Charles Woodson.
Woodson. Everybody loved Charles Woodson, man. That guy was definitely one of the best cornerbacks out there playing, man. I love Woodson. 3 safeties.
Give me George Atkinson the third. No, George Atkinson. I don't know. Think about his son, man. God rest his soul. Who else could I look at?
Eagle Champ says Ronnie Lott.
Ronnie Lott, yeah. Go Ronnie Lott right there. Can I throw Charles Woodson back when he came back and played safety again?
You got double dip with Charles now.
His last stint too.
He goes, I'm a double dip with Charles Woodson. I guess you could. Eric Allen played for you guys.
Yeah, Eric Allen, yeah, he played. But damn, this Charles Woodson, man, he was the GOAT.
And what about Eddie Anderson or Vaughn?
Yeah, Van. I know Van McElroy, right?
Yeah, McElroy.
Man, see Woods, man, that was. I could also throw in Nnamdi Asomugha,
Yeah, you can put him at corner and then move what's in the safety.
Yeah. do that, yeah.
What up, Jinx? Okay, so who would be the kicker for this awesome team of yours?
Well, punter would definitely be Ray Guy, and field goal kicker, I'm going with the boot, Sebastian Janikowski.
You're right. The guy that kicks like 65-yard field goals.
Seabass, get your ass out there and kick.
As long as you don't have them partying before the Super Bowl, you got to be all right.
Man, that was more Barrett Robbins. But I say,
who would be the defensive coordinator on this team?
That's gonna be tough right there.
Oh, I like that 37-14 Eagles.
Man, if a guy like Gus Bradley got his hands on those players, be sick. So I'm gonna take Gus Bradley right here.
Gus Bradley.
Mm-hmm.
And then what about your offensive coordinator?
Let me go on and take. I'm gonna dip deep down in there. I'm just going to say, give me Jim Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh.
Now some folks are gonna be like, "Huh? What?" I'm like,
Harbaugh. Okay. And who would be the head coach of your Raiders team?
Madden.
John Madden, baby. Woo! Rest his soul. John Madden, man. I love Madden. I play every year, Madden. He gets my money every year, even though he's been gone. He still get my money. The Madden family gets my money. That's one of the best football games out there. All right, man. Hey, that was a great little team here. I think that would be a very scary team to play, especially with Bo Jackson running the ball. Bo Jackson is my second favorite running back of all time. You know what I'm saying? Behind Barry Sanders. You definitely had to put Bo there. You know what I'm saying? If he would have stayed healthy, I'm pretty sure he have all the records in the record books right now. He was playing. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, Phil, thanks again for coming to the show. I see that Convert Truly is definitely subscribed to you already. So there's no one else that have not subscribed to Phil, the Unfiltered Truth. His link is inside of the chat. Make sure you get out there and go subscribe to him. If you have not subscribed to my channel, BIRDGANG 31, go ahead and subscribe to that. And our network channel, BIRDGANG Sports Media. We're growing, and we're actually got some changes coming up on the network channel, so be on the lookout for that. But we are 2 away from 100, our first 100 subscribers since the media started. So if you have not subscribed, if you're subscribed to me and have not subscribed to the network, please go over there and go subscribe. I think that link is also inside the chat. So, any last words? What are you going to leave us off with? You know what I'm saying, Phil?
I'm going to put it like this. It's any given Sunday, and expect the unexpected from this Raider team.
Hey, you guys got more wins than us, so that's for us. Any given Sunday, hopefully we can come out and do what we need to do and win. Because right now, y'all looking good out there.
Well, everybody. Hey, look, everybody always stacking it against us, so that's why I say it.
And go ahead and give them one more time where they can find you at on all your social media platforms.
You guys can find me on Twitter at Phil Jones NFL. Phil Jones NFL on Instagram, and find the Unfiltered Truth on YouTube. And then we also got our website, The Unfiltered Truth, as well. And, we're looking to update a few things on there. So we'll have something up on there coming soon.
Heck yeah. Well, hey, guys, we got some more shows coming today. So make sure you stay tuned to BIRDGANG Nation Sports Talk. Thank Phil again for coming on, giving us his insight on the game this week. And like I always say, fly, Eagles, fly. Till next time, it's BIRDGANG Nation. We out. Peace.
Welcome to the BIRDGANG Nation Sports Media Show, repping the greatest team of all time. Let's go! BIRDGANG 31, he be the host with the most. We going deep, burning teams. They ain't nothing but toast. It's in your rest there. Sirianni put me in coach, running like Miles Sanders Hill. I bumped my head on the post. Touchdown! Yeah, that's coming. Devontae's crazy route running. Jalen hurting them, throwing lasers to Rager, young gunning. Come on! On the D side, we ride, sack him with Fletcher, lay him out on the stretcher. No one can protect you. Watch Darius lay him, shutting down your routes. Come on. In my green John, eating Philly cheesesteaks. Put up your cups, wings up, if you can relate. Tailgating at the link like Gangsta Stride. To the BIRDGANG Nation, that's worldwide. On Sundays, catch the pre and post game. Mondays is Birds on Broad Street with Philly Notion and Cool Cat the Man in Motion. And Wednesdays, the midweek special got you open with JC from Eagles Talk, hitting like B-Dog, baby.